Yeah, all right, you ready for this trivia?
Okay, give me a sec. Let me sit down here.
Of course.
So much pressure. Is this modern wrestling again, like last time?
It's a mixture of both. You should probably know this first one.
Oh, I hope so. I'm going to play with some wrestlers while I'm at it. Trying to keep guys out because I'm rummaging through this far too many times to try to find the accessories at the bottom, and I don't want to get any joints loose or have guys start getting paint dings or any of that.
Those are so sweet, man. So I like
these are the ones that have already been photographed, except for a couple. Like Boss Man is missing the glasses. No, they're in there somewhere. I just haven't found them yet. And Razor, I think, might be missing. But everybody, Neidhart's missing glasses. They're in there. They're just in the. Yeah, I'll get to them.
All right. So question number 1 here. The longest women championship reign lasted an astonishing 10,170 days.
Definitely not 10,000.
Let's say 10,000.
Oh, so this is going to be Moolah then. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. I thought we were talking about wrestling, like the new stuff. Okay, because I was like 10,000. What are you talking about? Okay, so yeah, Fabulous Moolah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, but Moolah controlled the title though, right? So Moolah was the title.
So this is Moolah, if you guys don't know.
The Fabulous Moolah?
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, so Fabulous Moolah controlled the title. So she was predominantly in the United States the female wrestling promoter, but female wrestling didn't have its own cards back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, early 80s when Moolah was the one feeding women to every different territory that was offering. No, they just were all one time. They would come into the territory and work. You'd have, and I no offense for people who don't like certain words, but like that's just kind of the way it is. Back in the day, you would have the promotions in territories like once a month or once every 2 months, the booking around the horn one time, which means around the territory loop. So for a week or 2 weeks, whatever the rotation was, you would have where it's like, come see the women are in town this week, or come see the midgets are here this week. And you would bring in, but they wouldn't stay in the territory and work. They would travel as like Andre would. Because you don't, so there wouldn't be like women cards where it was like 5 women matches. You'd bring in women. You'd bring in Mildred Burke. You'd bring in Mae Young. You'd bring in the Fabulous Moolah. You'd bring in these girls, right? And you'd let them work with another girl on the loop.
3 of those people are on this list.
Yeah, of course. You'd bring them in, and those are women that have been dead since I was born.
The other one is
Wendy Richter. Right, yeah. So you would let, but it was about around that time, around Richter's time, in the rock and wrestling era, at the end of Moolah kind of controlling the women's.
Okay, Jason Reinhardt says, I got sound, but it keeps going in and out.
In and out. The in and out sound.
He says, no. Mics are off.
My mics are on. My mics are on.
They're flashing. Both of mine are flashing right now.
Reinhardt, I got no sound.
Yeah, Reinhardt says no sound, man.
Let me know, G. Well, that would be on my phone.
But my mics were off. Like, my mics are flashing.
Turn the volume up on yours. Are you on the live stream?
Yeah.
Turn the volume up. Yeah, I got it. I can definitely hear me. Yeah, turn that off now. We're getting the mad echo.
Yeah, you got that? Okay, right.
There we go. Okay, so like I was saying, so the Fabulous Moolah toured the United States with a lot of the women that she had in her like female stable and other promoters. So whether it's Eddie Graham in Florida or Roy Welsh in Memphis or the Nashville territory, or Paul Bosch in Houston, or Von Erich in Dallas, or Vern Gagne in Minnesota. If they're bringing in a girl, they're going to book it through Moolah and say, Moolah, can we have these 2 girls for 2 weeks? So Moolah, the reason she was the champ was because she controlled the title. She was women's wrestling. Every promoter that brought women in booked her through her. She contracted the girls out. So the reason she was the champ for the whole time was because that's actually how she's kind of known. Actually, she's pretty her legacy has been pretty disparaged in the last like 20 or 30 years with the way that people think like she treated a lot of the girls and the way she dealt with the money, because she was their managers and they owed a vig on the training, and they all lived with her. Like she owned like a compound and everybody lived on the compound when they weren't on the road. And there's a lot of stuff about kind of, okay, it was right, but I think it becomes a conflict of interest where you are reliant, when you're reliant on someone for to believe them about the money you made, to have them get you employment, for them your roof over your head, for them your food. Like that's.
Did she claim taxes like dependents on all those people that are living with her?
I mean,
paying for their.
Oh, you probably could. I'm sure there was tons of. I think she was in North Carolina. I think her place was. So yeah, there was. Yeah. So Moolah controlled the women's division. So hence Moolah being the champ for 10,000 days. And a pimp. Straight pimping. Straight pimping. Keeping her pimp hands strong.
Very strong.
Moolah wasn't playing. Wasn't playing at all. When that would just, you go against her even in the slightest, or try to get yourself booked out without going through her and giving her a vig, you'd get blackballed because no promoter wouldn't work with Moolah. So no chick could go outside the program. This is the program in women's wrestling. Yeah, she was pretty untouchable. Yeah, totally.
Go Moolah.
So there you go. That's your answer. Fabulous Moolah. So 1 for 1, champ.
Yeah, right,
and I'll give you these little analogies as I see fit.
I like that.
Well, when it comes to stuff that people might not know, and I got some deep knowledge because I'm a dork about this stuff, then we'll talk about it.
All right.
And if people know something that I get wrong or that I missed, let me know.
All right. Okay. Next question. Which of the following superstars
Me.
is not billed as being from parts unknown?
Okay.
Boogeyman, the Berserker, Giant Gonzalez, and Kane. Who is
wow.
billed?
That is difficult. Wow. Let me try to reverse engineer.
Need me to read it again to you? I will. He's really thinking.
Son of a bitch, dude. I'm trying to think of like each guy being announced and where they would like say a guy like and associate. Like there's a hometown or like a made up hometown. And so like parts unknown, but it applies. So who was the first one?
Okay.
Who was the first one?
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman is the answer. That's going to be my answer.
It is Boogeyman.
It's Boogeyman because he's from like a nightmare or something. The other guys, Berserker, I was trying to think, do they make like a Viking reference? Because he's like a Viking. That's John Nord, the Berserker. So I was like, do they make, yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what I was trying to think. Did they make like off a ship? He was a Viking from Finland. And I was like, and I know that like Jorge Gonzalez, Giant Gonzalez, they never said that he was from, I can't remember where he's from. Somewhere, Peru? Somewhere like that. Dude was like 7'6".
Yeah,
he's a monster.
He's a big dude. Look at that right now.
I knew Kane was parts unknown.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple of them I knew because it was quick to just be like, yeah, they don't give that guy a hometown. So Boogeyman though, it's something else. Do you know what it is? Does it say what the reference is? He's from somewhere.
No,
it's from your nightmare or something like that is what they say.
Yeah, they don't.
Because he's the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
So they say reigning from your nightmare, which is not from parts unknown.
No.
So
you know where he's from.
Because he's right, your nightmares.
Okay. Next question. Of the following superstars, who is not a former NXT champion?
Oh, this is gonna be a hard one. I don't know this.
Big E, Bo Dallas, Neville.
Neville. That's Pac. That's Pac.
Okay. Oh, is it?
That's Pac.
Oh, damn. Okay. And then Tyler Breeze.
Neville.
I don't even know.
Pac.
Tyler Breeze.
Oh, really? For some reason, I feel like I knew Breeze might have won it. I know Bo Dallas did, and I knew who was the first one.
The first one, Big E.
Big E. I knew Big E. Big E Langston. Before he was in like all the New Day stuff and all. I knew Big E was the champ there.
Oh, okay.
And they had a lot of plans for Bo Dallas because they were really hoping, because he's
like shit the bed or something? Or what?
He's not very good. He's Bray Wyatt's brother, right? That's fucking Mike Rotunda's son.
Who's that you're talking about?
Bo Dallas is Bray Wyatt's brother. Like the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mike Rotundo's son, Barry Windham's nephew. So I mean, he's lineage. Like Blackjack Mulligan was fucking his grandfather.
So I thought he's going to be good.
Lineage, family lineage.
Right.
He's been around a long time, but he just didn't do much. Like he's a little undersized, and he's more comedy than he is like believable. So he had this like Bo Leave thing he was doing. If it was fucking whack.
It
was whack. So what was the answer? Sorry, what did I get wrong?
Tyler Breeze.
I don't know much about NXT.
Okay.
But Neville is Pac. For your reference point.
I know who Pac is.
Well, you know who Pac is.
I know who Pac is.
The bastard Pac. Bastard. The bastard Pac.
You gotta admit one thing about AEW, we did have fun.
Pac was good. We had a good time.
Dr. Serpico.
Dr. Serpentico.
Whatever his name is.
Serpentico. Serpentico is his real name.
Serpentico.
Yeah. Well, his name for us was Dr. Serpico or whatever. Yeah. He was Serpentico though.
Okay.
Pac's a good wrestler.
Pac is a good wrestler.
He's just super undersized too, because he's like 5'0".
He's tiny. He's a tiny lad, but wide lad. Like, he's not a small lad.
He's always hurt. The way he works, and he's not a great. He's a great strong style worker. Like he does really good work in the ring. His shit lays it in. It's believable. He looks believable, even though he's small. He's jacked, but like hurt a lot of the time, and doesn't have the ability to like really go beyond being that like Pac character.
Right,
he just is kind of that. Yeah, he can't unfortunately like convey something that's got like the Batman layers. The layers. Right. Hell of a worker though. If he wasn't as hurt as frequently as he is, because he's getting older now too, and he's kind of muscled up for how small he is, and he works like fly style. Like, he bitched through the air, man. Like yeah. So if there's a lot of things that if they were a little different, I think Pac would have been a much bigger star in professional wrestling, because he has the despite again only kind of having the one demeanor, he has that if he was 6'4".
Yes.
And was a little less injury prone and could even maybe just do the interview he does now. That size, he might have been someone where you're like, this guy's a shit kicker.
Do you think people noticed if it was on platforms to make it like a 6'4"?
Probably not. I think he could get like 18-inch platforms. Like, could he get any more injured than he gets already? Like, you're probably not going to roll an ankle or blow a knee out on those. Right. Try to lay him out there so you land on your sides. Don't try to land it, stupid. They're 18-inch platforms. Duh. Yeah, don't be silly.
Okay, question number 4 here.
I got one wrong. That hurts. It's real. That's the question. That's the only question that matters out of the multiple trivias. I've got everything right. It's that fucking Tyler Breeze one I got wrong.
But this one you might not know either, but like I said,
you get terrible trivia. You just go to the easiest place.
No,
instead of going and Google searching classic wrestling trivia, territory wrestling trivia.
I'll get to that.
You're just like WWE.com.
Why don't I start with this?
Okay.
And then I'll go to territory wrestling.
Okay.
Thought this was a little new.
Okay.
True or false?
False. I don't know.
I'm not gonna tell you. Santino Marella debuted in Milan, Italy, where he defeated Omega to win the Intercontinental Champion. True or false?
He defeated who?
Umaga.
True.
You're right. It is true. You're right.
Right. Morella's not good. That's comedy wrestling. I like Umaga. He died.
Comedy wrestling?
Yeah. Santino Morella's not good. Umaga was a small bulldozer, but he died of a OD. He was big and pills, dog. Can't be 400 pounds or 350 pounds on pills.
No.
But dude was so good. Like, Talk about believable.
Was he young when he was taken, or was he older?
He was about 34, 35 when he passed away, but like he was only at the top for a couple, 3 years. But I mean, he wrestled like John Cena at WrestleMania. Like, Umaga was a pimp. Like, Umaga was so good. Such a good worker.
Okay, question number 5. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready, kid? What was the result of the first ever...
Umaga was a pimp like Moolah was.
Oh, nice.
I think I better get that back in there one more time. Right.
Yeah, Moolah.
Keep that Dana White pimp hand strong.
Okay. What was the result of the first ever WrestleMania match in 1985? A. Andre the Giant.
No.
Defeated Big John Studd. You said no. B. King Kong Bundy defeated Special Delivery.
Jones.
It doesn't say.
Okay, keep going.
C. Junkyard Dog defeated Greg Valentine. And D. Tito Santana
Matt Bourne
defeated the Executioner.
Yeah, that one. It's that one. It's Tito and the Executioner.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You got it.
Executioner was Buddy Rose for WrestleMania 1.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, they don't tell you, but like
Buddy wearing a mask.
Yeah, they just brought out of Portland, right? Yeah. So second match on the card is Special Delivery Jones and Bundy.
Oh,
6 seconds. Bundy just crushed him.
When did
and then Andre
was the second one, right?
No, Hogan's in one. Hogan and Mr. T against Orndorff and Piper, with Snuka and Hogan and T's corner and Bob Orton Jr. and Piper in Orndorff's corner.
I don't know how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's WrestleMania 1, Madison Square Garden, 85.
Maybe I haven't seen that one.
It's not the greatest WrestleMania of all time. That's for sure.
I like watching 3.
3 is good. 2 is good. 2, 3, 5 is good. 6 is good. 5 is Hogan and Macho.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
5 is good. Right. 5 is really good. 5 is Hogan and Macho.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Hogan and Warrior 6 from the Sky Dome. 6 is really good. 7 is...
Which is the one he fought Zeus in?
He never fought Zeus at WrestleMania. That was at SummerSlam 88, 89, 89. 88 or 89. That's Zeus at SummerSlam. But he never fought Zeus on his own. He fought Zeus in tag team matches. Because Zeus didn't know how to work. Right? No. Tony Lister was
he was an actor.
He was an actor. Yeah. He was only an actor. He only ever wrestled like the couple times Hogan brought him in. Because he brought him in WCW too to fight. He was in, before Hogan went, before the NWO, the Dungeon of Doom with like Kevin Sullivan had all these guys that would come through that were like the former foes of Hogan, right? Kevin Sullivan was a taskmaster and was trying to take down Hulkamania. So he had all these guys to make the Dungeon of Doom. So he brought in Kamala and he brought all these guys that formerly fought Hogan. So he brought Zeus and a Z Gangsta to fight Hogan. But it was still...
Seen him wrestle a couple times, so I just thought he was like a...
No, never. No, not at all.
Okay.
Just a very few tag matches with Macho Man against Hogan and Beefcake,
That's probably why it plays in my head that he was an actual wrestler, because he fought like Hogan.
Yeah, he fought Hogan in a couple of main events, absolutely.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
But did you know he played a president and Fifth Element?
Did he really?
Yeah, he played president.
He was in... He's the bully. He's Debo in Friday. Yeah, excellent. Right. Yeah, Debo.
Yeah.